Hi, very good afternoon to you. This is Mr. Chow from EnglishTuition.org. Welcome to another video. Now, I want to make a quick video to talk about the upcoming PSLE oral. In fact, it is coming up sometime in August, and that's the same for O-levels. O-levels orals will also take place in August. N-level orals it will take place slightly earlier in July. So if you have not started on the oral revision for the PSLE or the O-levels or the N-levels, then now is a good time to start. In fact, I've already started the revision with some of my students. Now, in this particular video, I would like to talk about the three types of students that I typically encounter. And in general, a student's performance can be broken down into three levels. On the first level, these students have trouble coming out with their own original answers. And there can be many reasons that account for this. Some students are just shy. They have this inherent shyness in them, and their personality is kind of working against them during the oral assessments. Some students have a lack of practice. Maybe the home environment do not speak English, and while they're in school, they tend to use mother tongue or some other dialects to speak to their friends. So because of a lack of practice, they do not have the confidence to express their own ideas, and they're always very hesitant when it comes to verbal delivery. And some students simply have a lack of general knowledge. So when you have nothing inside, then you find that you have very little ideas that you can contribute during a conversation itself. So this group of students typically find themselves hesitating a lot more, and they will always be long periods of silence or hesitations whereby they go like There are some learning strategies that you can use in order to help you overcome these hesitations. So first thing that students can do is they can practice beforehand, right? And try to improve on their general knowledge, pick some of the common topics. Of course, having said that, during the PSLE or during any oral assessments, it is very hard to predict exactly what type of questions will come out. So it is still very important for students to be able to think on their feet and be able to come up with reasonably intelligent responses. But it is still useful to have a wealth of knowledge in the head, right? So that we can still pick ideas to try and adapt to the questions. That's still better than having nothing in the head at all. So for these students, remember that preparation is very, very important. And on the second level, these are students who can come up with sensible answers on their own. So typically, they are able to draw from their own experiences and give reasonably intelligent answers. And these students rarely run out of ideas, and they can talk very naturally. So these are students who usually enjoy talking a lot. So they're usually very chatty in class, during lessons, or at home. So they have no problems coming up with things to say during the oral assessments itself. But one thing to watch out for, don't grow overconfident and not just continue talking and then you go off tangent and you're not actually engaging the examiner during the conversation assessment itself. Make sure that what you're saying, you're still on point, you're still engaging the examiner, you're still trying to address the questions and the concerns that have been asked by the examiner. Then I think if you are on track, then this group of students should do reasonably well in their oral assessments. Then there are students who belong to the third group. Now the third group, which I categorize them into level 3 students. These are students who practice the oral assessments beforehand, and they are able to adapt accordingly, depending on the type of questions that are posed to them during the exam day itself. So students who can speak confidently, they are not shy, they have a lot of knowledge that they can share during the conversation, and then they can adapt according to the different types of questions that are posed to them. This is the ideal situation that we want to have. Now for these students, and they belong to the minority among my crop of students, I'm usually quite confident that they will do well in their oral assessments. And usually what I have to do is just to polish up their general knowledge, give them a bit more knowledge, a bit more guidance as to what is considered an intelligent response, and they are able to adapt accordingly. And most of the time, these students are the most likely to score A or A star in the PSLE oral assessment. So work with your teachers and tutors, or maybe the parents, and spend some time practicing oral conversations. It doesn't have to be a formalized approach. It can be a casual conversation, and hopefully some of these ideas and knowledge will stick in the head, and you may find that these ideas may become useful during the oral assessment itself. All right, and remember, during the exam day, try to be well rested, because if you're not well rested, you are not as adaptable as you normally are, right? You may be tired and then you can't think. You have problems recalling some of the knowledge that you have. So be well rested. So oral is a type of assessment that does not require you to burn the midnight oil. So sleep early. Okay, be well rested, and during the exam day, you are more relaxed, and you're able to deliver your oral content more fluently. Okay, and most importantly, okay, you are able to change according to the questions. So if the question change, you're quick-witted enough, you're relaxed, you can come up with all kinds of intelligent ideas and answers in response to the questions, and then that will put you in the best position to score well for the oral examinations. Right, I hope you find this video to be useful to you. You can always review this video, go back, and look at the 3 types of students, and then decide which category you belong to, because I think that's useful in the sense that it can help you to come up with different learning strategies, right, to help you improve in your oral and help you do better for the English language examination overall. All right, good luck with your oral examinations, and I will talk to you soon in the next video. Bye.